Go.
Donald is a 26-year-old Caucasian male who has experienced a TBI following a professional race car crash. Prior to the accident, he was an outgoing, respected man and functioned independently in all areas of occupation. Currently, he's in an unconscious state. Donald does not have health insurance, but his parents are willing to let him stay with them during his recovery, and they seem very willing to help him during the process. His problem list includes a diagnosis of TBI with a closed head injury with focal damage to the frontolateral cortex, 2 fractured ribs, a left fractured humerus and radial ulnar wrist fracture, and a right fractured femur. He has not yet regained full consciousness and is at a Ranchos Los Amigos level 2, which includes spontaneous eye opening. He has left upper extremity and right lower extremity in casts. His digits show 1+ pitting edema. There's many bruises on his body. He has moderately increased tone in the right upper extremity and left lower extremity. Passive head movement elicits changes in tone and abnormal reflexes such as ATNR, STNR, TLR, and extensor thrust. He goes into decerebrate rigidity with stimulation, and he shows facial grimacing and teeth grinding spontaneously. He is more responsive in the early morning and early evening, and he also has IVs in his right upper extremity and an intracranial pressure monitor. So his first long-term goal, Donald will safely maintain muscle length and joint mobility via stretching and caregiver participation by April 28, 2016. His short-term goal number 1 will be Donald will engage in passive range of motion to affect limbs provided by caregivers following therapist explanation, education, and demonstration by April 14, 2016. And the second short-term goal is Donald will engage in proper positioning and to support his affected body parts provided by caregivers following therapist explanation, education, and demonstration by April 21st, 2016.
Okay, hi Donald, I'm Caitlin. I'm your occupational therapist today. I'm just going to work with you today and make sure that your joints are moving a little bit. We have your parents here. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Hi. I'm just going to teach them a little bit about what I'm going to do so that they can help you when I'm not here. So if you guys want to come over. The first thing I just want you guys to notice is that I have him positioned so that his arms are raised up above his heart, and that's just going to reduce the swelling and the edema and stuff like that. So when you're positioning him, just make sure that his arms are raised a little bit. So the next thing we're going to do is just kind of go through range of motion to make sure that he doesn't have contractures and fixed joints and stuff like that. So what we want to do is stabilize at the joint. So we're going to hold right above his shoulder and then hold right under his elbow and just kind of go as far as you feel like he can. It's going to be a little hard because he's got some tone going on, so just bring him all the way back down and then all the way back up.
How many times do you do that?
You can just do it 10 to 20 times, and you just want to make sure that you do it the same on each joint. So if you want to practice.
Here?
Yep, that looks good.
Wow, it's hard.
Yeah. But that's okay. It's just because he's not moving around too much, so that's why you're going to keep doing this, so just to loosen up a little bit. Make sure that it doesn't get stuck.
Oh yeah, it's already getting easier.
Yeah.
You want to try, honey?
Sure.
Right here?
Yeah, that looks good.
Here?
Yep.
You're not going to hurt him?
No, you're not going to hurt him. Good. So now I'm just going to show you, with his elbow, we're going to do kind of the same thing, but you want to be careful because of his IVs. You don't want to touch his wrist too much and stuff like that, so you're just going to do the same type of thing, stabilize right by the elbow, and just I'm just going to do that a couple times too. Try that.
Here?
Yep, looks good. Just make sure you're careful with the IVs.
Okay.
So then, when I come back later today, we'll go through how to do the same thing for the lower extremities, but do you guys have any questions for me?
How many pillows do we need under his head?
Just whatever looks comfortable to him, probably like 1 or 2 to prop him up and stuff. Anything else?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Donald. I'll be back later.